What if you are Peter, and you were given the power to bind and loose, that is to say, authority to decide on earth, so that whatever you decide will be bound in heaven? Then, before you die, you pick a successor, passing him the keys you received. But after you died, the bishops under you conduct an election, only to elect someone you did not choose. Do you think the bishops disregarded your authority? History has it that according to Irenaeus, and I quote, "The blessed apostles then, having founded and built up the church, committed into the hands of Linus the office of the episcopate." Of this Linus, Paul makes mention in the epistles to Timothy. To him succeeded Anacletus, and after him, in the third place from the apostles, Clement was allotted the bishopric. Against Heresies, chapter 3, book 3, number 3. But notice that Irenaeus did not account for the exact date when Linus took the office of the episcopate. Moreover, he did not mention that his accounting was after the death of Peter. Take note also that in the Catholic system, just because you took the office episcopate, it does not follow automatically that you are the Pope. In their system, they conduct an election on who among the bishops replaces the Pope. So Irenaeus may be accounted only the order of who was the first, second, and third to be ordained as a bishop, but not the order of the papacy, because there is a historical document, such as Liber Ponticales, that accounts Linus to have been ordained as a bishop from 56 AD to 67 AD, which was still in the lifetime of Peter, since he died in around 64 AD. Here, it comes out that Linus was bishop in the lifetime of Peter, and next was Anacletus, then Clement. But though Clement was the last to be ordained as a bishop, he was the one directly appointed by Peter himself as his successor. And in around early 5th century, some men ask about the seeming contradiction of how then can Clement, in his letter to James, say that Peter passed over to him his position as a church teacher, when Linus and Cletus were bishops of the city of Rome before Clement. But Gaudentius Rufinus, in around 406 AD, in his preface to his translation of Clement Recognitions, explains as follows. The explanation of this point, as I understand, is as follows. Linus and Cletus were no doubt bishops in the city of Rome before Clement, but this was in Peter's lifetime. That is, they took charge of the episcopal work, while he discharged the duties of the apostolate. He is known to have done the same thing at Caesarea, for there, though he was himself on the spot, yet he had at his side Zacchaeus, whom he had ordained as bishop. Thus we may see how both things may be true, namely how they stand as predecessors of Clement in the list of bishops, and yet how Clement, after the death of Peter, became his successor in the teacher's chair. But despite this, Linus was the one who took Peter's chair after he died, elected by bishops as traditionally believed. Yet before Peter died, based on the historical document, he actually appointed a successor. This now begs the question, if Peter had that authority to bind and loose, and had picked a successor before he died, why did they not heed his authority? Did they doubt Peter's capability to pick a successor, thus resorted to election after he died?